All right. My son was just up, use the bathroom. All right, I got some sparkling water I'm gonna drink, and we're back. I'm gonna be quiet. I want to hear what's going on. You guys just watch and enjoy.
At this particular point, Octavian has declared war on Cleopatra.
I'm gonna take my little slippers off.
In 31 BCE, Cleopatra and Mark Antony go
All
head-to-head
right.
all-out naval warfare with Octavian in what is known as the Battle of Actium. This is the climax of a decade of rivalry.
Cleopatra, her sister put it down.
With many ships, thousands of soldiers, and they head towards Greece. Cleopatra's very actively involved in military life.
Hi, we doing some nails. I'm trying to get the view together. Hello. We're doing nails. We're finishing up.
She's very much on the front line.
Check me out. All right, so let's
This is going to be
clean these nails up.
It's going to change the history of Rome and change the history of Egypt.
Cleopatra and Mark Antony plan their naval strategy together. She's supplying 200 of their 800 ships and nearly all of the financing. This doesn't sit well with all of Antony's generals, some of whom don't want to take orders from a woman.
With all due respect, our allegiance is to the general.
You will do well to remember what I bring to the table.
Oh, you did. Talk to me like that.
All
What she
right.
suggests goes against.
What I think I'm going to say was, thank you, Isis, for providing us with the world's most invincible naval fleet, which we will deploy immediately with a force so mighty that Octavian won't know what's hit him. Am I correct?
Yes, Jeff.
Thank you. But I had it.
Mark Antony's Roman allies become increasingly suspicious of Cleopatra. She represents an absolute monarchy, she represents an Eastern empire, and she's a woman. Mark Antony needs to be a strong Roman general, and his alliance with Cleopatra threatens that identity in the eyes of his Roman allies. They are worried that he is acting less like a Roman general and more like an Eastern king. And because of that, many of Mark Antony's commanders defect and join Octavian's army. Once the battle begins, Mark Antony and Cleopatra are on separate ships. Mark Antony leading the fleet at the front and Cleopatra behind.
All right. Let's,
On the morning of September 2nd, Mark Antony and Cleopatra attempt to punch through the blockade that Octavian has at the Bay of Actium. Now, Mark Antony and Cleopatra combined have fewer ships than Octavian. The other major difference between the two navies is that Mark Antony's ships are much larger. They have more firepower, but they also are way less maneuverable than Octavian's lighter ships.
Cleopatra and Mark Antony both made a series of problematic battle decisions, which is sort of surprising due to the fact that they're both pretty savvy, but they strung out their fleet and allowed themselves to become trapped.
Octavian maneuverable ships managed to nearly surround the forces of Mark Antony and Cleopatra.
We're told by the Roman sources that Cleopatra, when she realised that Mark Antony was being defeated, turned her ships around and decided to sail back to Alexandria. She doesn't want to be captured. There would have been no point at all in her staying in a battle that they're effectively losing.
Her primary goal remains the safety of her own kingdom, the safety of Egypt. She has no choice but to try to make it back to Egypt with as many of her ships as possible. If she loses all of her navy at the Battle of Actium, Egypt will be defenseless.
My ship's gone. General, all of them.
She did what?
It is easy to see from the Roman perspective that Cleopatra taking her fleet and leaving Actium is an act of treachery.
What did you do? Did you try and stop her? Did you try and stop her?
It might have actually been the best decision even for Mark Antony, at least keeping part of the navy intact in order to fight Octavian another day. Mark Antony, knowing the battle is all but lost, flees and manages to catch up to Cleopatra's fleet.
What have you done?
I couldn't risk my fleets.
Ours! And you should have asked me first. I'm the general, not you.
Useless without my army.
How dare you? How dare you!
Mark Antony is the commander of the forces, so he's the one that's going to make the final decision. But it is interesting that when things go wrong, Cleopatra is the one that gets the blame.
If you're going to give me an army, let me govern it.
It was the right decision.
But you counted me out.
I did what I had to do.
But you did it without asking me.
I did what I had to do to protect what is mine.
Ours, Cleopatra, not yours! Ours!
It's not something that your average Roman would have done at the point of a battle, but actually Cleopatra's thinking about herself and her own power. She's putting herself and her family first.
Who do you think you are, Cleopatra?
The Pharaoh! That is who! Watch who you are speaking to!
They can hear all of this up there. My men, my loyal men are laughing at me.
I'm not responsible for you and how you feel. I made a decision and I stand by it.
All I want is your trust.
The Battle of Actium is a disaster for Mark Antony and Cleopatra. They have lost their one opportunity to meet and beat Octavian outside of Egypt's borders. Now they have no choice but to fall back to Egypt and simply defend their territory.
Oh, I never even hit this
Octavian,
one.
with this victory, he's proven his power against Mark Antony, against the Ptolemies. This puts him in a great position, and he already had a great position because he was in Caesar's will. But now he's proven it. It's tangible. It's undeniable.
After the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra takes control. She writes to Octavian, if you allow me and Mark Antony to live, we will go anywhere. And you can have Egypt.
Mark, no one can ever know. Please.
Alright,
She doesn't quite try to appeal to him in the same way that she did Caesar and to Antony in the past, but she is pragmatic. At this stage, she probably knows that she will be exiled. She still wants her children to have rule, at least over Egypt. She also, tasks, Octavia, for Antony to live.
Cleopatra needs to cut a
I'm
deal with
still
Octavian.
iffy about this pinky, but we're gonna let it rock right now. Like, I may do a dark nail. I don't know. I may,
Are entirely in Octavian's hands.
may make it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Cause
My Lord Octavian, thanks, Pharaoh, for your message. Instructs me, as his ambassador, to inform you. He's willing to grant your request. On one condition. A simple request. Kill Antony. His life for yours. And your children's, of course.
Oh shit. So what you gonna do, girl? She done did all kinds of stuff this whole entire time.
What is a pharaoh? She is the sands and the sky and everything in between.
I don't know. I feel like
Egypt is her first
hitting it again with the
And when the moment comes, she
I
must
don't
be
know.
ready to sacrifice everything
Honestly,
to protect
let's
what she
just
loves.
What have you done?
alright. Let's just go ahead and just move the fuck on.
Did what I had to do to protect what is mine.
My Lord Octavian is willing to grant your request. On one condition. Kill Antony.
All I want is your trust.
So they saying all that. You should know, but probably about to happen, huh? Alright, we're gonna just go ahead and just start with this one then.
After the Battle of Actium, Mark Antony enters a period of clinical depression.
Their navy is gone. Their military is splintered.
He does not speak to Cleopatra, and her confidence in him is eroded. And so confidence in their relationship is eroded. Can I trust him? Does he trust me? There's a lot of doubt there.
Cleopatra knew the full might of Rome coming against Egypt spelled the end for an independent Egypt. There is no question that they are in immediate jeopardy. Cleopatra knows that in order to protect the continuance of Egypt as a dynastic state, that she needs to protect her heirs, so she sends them away.
So I'm thinking maybe this is silver. I mean the this chrome silver. I'm thinking instead of gold. But then again, I'm thinking the gold though because of the way. I just think it's gold. I don't know. I like gold, y'all.
That's the end.
As the earthly incarnation of the goddess Isis, Cleopatra is also the earthly embodiment of divine motherhood. To think about how heart-wrenching it must have been to send her children away. And yet she had no choice politically or for their safety.
Pharaoh, we have to go.
Just give me a minute.
Because as long as they're safe, as long as they're alive, she's alive. And there's hope for Egypt.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Cleopatra
You can basically say
is
I'm
always
dust
a
that
diplomat
off.
first and a military strategist second.
Oops.
It's clear now that diplomacy isn't going to work. Cleopatra doesn't want war. She doesn't feel that Mark Antony is ready for war.
Kill Anthony. His life for yours. And your children's, of course.
I think Cleopatra
Alright.
would consider killing Mark Antony. He is no longer any use to her and has quite frankly become a liability at this point.
Alright, so I'm going to do just a little bit of base just to make this stick better. I don't know.
Was Octavian's
I
primary
want to
enemy.
do
There's
the mat.
really no reason that Cleopatra cannot remain queen of Egypt
Let's see.
if Mark Antony is out of the picture.
I wanted to use the sticky tack that came with it, but nah, it ain't working.
Versus sent a message from Octavian. He says he can guarantee safety for the children and I. If I kill you.
So that's why you're here.
No. I turned him down. We're in this together.
Like we were together in Actium.
Oh, that nigga mad. Get off the
I
nail.
sent our children away. Because I choose us. I know that together no one can defeat us.
She making a bad choice, probably. It will be occurring.
Who is he?
Those of us who are romantics, we want this to be the greatest love story of all time. But Cleopatra was not a romantic. She was a pragmatist.
Cleopatra is interested in self-preservation of herself and also her children, but her country too.
And she believes at this point that Mark Antony is still the key to that partnership.
Mark Antony seems to be a bit of a loose cannon. He's now behaving irrationally. He's taking it out on the messenger.
If Cleopatra is going to retain her place on the throne, she has to have Rome as her partner.
Tell that coward if he wants me dead, do it himself.
Mark Antony isn't going to enter into any negotiations. There's not going to be any other ending other than war.
Alright, couple seconds. And then we're going to dust it
She understands that neither
one more
she
time.
nor Mark Antony were going to get away from this.
In the spring of 30 BC,
I don't need to keep it in here forever. I forgot. We dusting it, remember? Alright, let's use this one. Because that one's a little wet, I believe.
With the defections from Cleopatra's forces to Octavian and Mark
This one seems wet
Antony's
too.
losses
Okay.
at the Battle of Actium, Octavian's legions now heavily outnumber those of Cleopatra
Let
and
me
Antony.
see.
Octavian wants to finish this once and for all.
Alright, let's just use this one.
Egypt is unusually wealthy in terms of their material wealth.
Octavian needs this to pay Octavian wants to annex Egypt badly. Rome will treat
treat them as their breadbasket and not care if they impoverish Egypt.
Octavian's army marches towards Pelusium. Octavian could have sailed straight for Alexandria, but he does not. He regroups and moves his forces by land. This is important, but he does not. He regroups and moves his forces by land. This is important, but he does not. He regroups and moves his forces by land. This is important, but he does not. He regroups and moves his forces by land.